What's up, guys? Jeffery Ramaglia here. I'm going to talk about something that I think literally could be the most important tip and most valuable tip I've ever posted out there, and amongst others as well. Just got back from the gym, so sorry if I'm a little bit sweaty, but I literally, sweaty looking stuff like that. I had to sit down and make this video because we were talking about this a couple days ago with my squad over here in Broward County, and it's a huge concept that is so simple that we do it all the time without noticing it subconsciously, and it creates huge results. But if you get down to the nitty gritty and figure out what it is and how it works, I think it could drastically change a lot of people's businesses that think that they're stuck or think that they've plateaued or have literally been stagnant, as when it comes to cycles for a long period of time. It's a little bit of preface. I'm gonna try to keep this fast and not too long, but it's a simple concept. But it takes a lot to wrap your head around it. A little preface of where this thing came from. I think we were sitting down at our office in Broward County in Coral Springs and just chatting and just talking about how back over last summer when I got started in my first 3 months in the business, people were getting started and were immediately launching. It wasn't like one person enrolled and then didn't do anything. It was like one person enrolled and they turned into 10 in a week, 20 in 2 weeks, 100 within 3-4 months. And then so why is it that some people get started and launch in fast, we're giving them the same system, the same resources, and some people get started and just get started and it just nothing comes out of it. And so a lot of them stick around, and that's great. They become part of the culture and the atmosphere. But where's that initial oomph? Where's that beginner's luck? As the Alchemist talks about. Where's that initial action that takes that starts your business off? And so we were talking about that, and we got around to just talking about what got us started, what initially closed us, what initially gave us made us make the decision to get started in this business. And we talking about that, and what the word after hearing everybody and a couple of my top guys over there and gals, and we were just sharing our stories of how this thing fell into our lap and what actually got us started. And after hearing a couple stories, the one word popped in my head of what gets somebody started, and that one word is belief. Okay, and we know this. Everyone talks about it. We know that all we're doing here is instilling belief into somebody, instilling belief into them. Okay, that they can do what they put their mind to, that they can make this thing work, that they can do something besides what they've been told growing up. And we talked about that for a while, and then we stumbled onto this concept I'm talking about here, and we noticed something. After hearing a lot of stories of people that got started and launched and people that got started and didn't, I made a conclusion. We made a conclusion. We noticed that the difference between someone that got started and blew up and someone that got started and just got started was who broke down the opportunity to them, where their belief level came from initially. Okay, it's not necessarily how much money they were making or who they are or how many times they've shared their story, but more importantly, it was really where their results were at that moment. Okay, whether they were going up or whether they were going down. Myself specifically, when I got started, I walked into a room full of belief level. Everybody's results are up. My belief kind of came from a lot from Tyler Herndon, Anton Dugenbauer, and Andrew Yeager. And Tyler had just made $1,400 in 2 weeks, a couple weeks before I got started. I called Anton. I was like, hey, can you do me a favor and send me your bonus history from a couple months before June when I got started last year? And he's like, sure, man, I'll send it to you. That was when I was rich. Okay, those were his biggest months ever. Yeager, same thing. Not his biggest months ever, but his results are really up. He hit Ambassador in June. That's the month that I got started. I walked into a room not just full of belief and not just full of results, but full of upward results and upward beliefs. And so I just jumped onto that train. I jumped on that momentum train. And then, so we sat down and took a look at that. And a lot of us have seen, the Holy Grail momentum. I have it in here somewhere from Anthony Robbins. How, you're based off the belief level that you have at this moment. You have some sort of potential. And then with the potential, you're going to take some action. And based off of the action that you take, you're going to see some sort of result. Okay, well, I got interrupted by a phone call, and I'm going to try to piece these videos together, so hopefully it's not too crazy. But just talking about the Holy Grail momentum. It's the belief, potential, action, result. And based off of your results, whether they're good or bad, your belief level is going to go up or down, and that's what determines your cycle of which way your momentum's going. And so that's what, that's how you see results. It's the only way to see results, and that's the only way to raise your belief level. Now, I think what we do in VIMA is, Looks a little like this. Belief, potential. Based off of wherever your belief level is at the moment, you have some sort of potential, up or down. You're going to take some action if you have high potential and you believe you have high potential, and you're going to see results. And that's what determines which way your belief level is going. Now, when we share this story, okay, with somebody, when we initially introduce the concept, this incredible concept to somebody, I think what happens is it goes like this. We give our belief level to them. And there's a little variance. I think it drops a bit. But if our belief level is high, their belief level is high. If our belief level is low, theirs is low. And there's a point where if it's too low, they don't get started. If it's at a point, they just get started. And this is what determines their initial potential. This is what determines whether they make their list. This is what determines how many people they invite, their first week in the business, their action. And then from there, they're going to see some sort of result. And if their belief level isn't high enough, they're not going to take any action. They're not going to see any results. And they're either going to quit or they're going to stay stagnant. So it all comes down to where their belief level came from. And so, again, like I was talking about, and kind of a little bit more of my story, is when we initially got started, everybody was up. Everyone that I was around was up. Their results were up. Everybody was going up. Everyone was having the biggest months of their entire business. As soon as I got started, I tried to explain everything on my own for like a week. Figured out that didn't work pretty fast, and then started leveraging Eric Augustine, who at the time had just picked up his brand new 335i. Like that week. So he just picked it up. Every single Skype call, every opportunity call, he would literally go show it. He was so amped up out of his mind, and not just about where he was at, but what was happening all across the board, where his results were going. So he started instilling belief into my newest people, okay, into the initial people on my squad. Tony Roth being one of them that was there last night. Shout out to him. Got started and initially popped off. He saw the BMW there immediately. He came from Brandon Rodriguez. Same thing. He was on a Skype call with Eric Augustine, saw the BMW. So more importantly, it was where Augustine was at and his belief level. Okay, so Brandon immediately, literally, he enrolled that night. I broke down the opportunity. He enrolled 3 hours later. He enrolled his first PQ like 4 hours later, and that kid enrolled like 10 people within 7 days because we were just transferring belief to each other. Okay, so then when we took a look at that, and then we took a look at people that got started and didn't pop off, and they heard the opportunity from someone, they got their belief level from someone that wasn't necessarily going up. Okay, they were either stagnant with their results or they were going down. Their cycles dropped. And that's natural. That's part of the process. That's part of this process when we're building a business. It's a business function. But the thing is that this is a fact. Okay, this concept, belief, potential, action, result, is a fact. Your results determine your belief level. Okay, and your belief level, it's a subconscious thing. It's not something that we can notice. It's something that varies, a lot. And so, again, with my story, we popped off initially immediately. I started seeing results. I hit bronze in 2 weeks, silver in 3 weeks. And then at silver, at that point, my belief level was so high, and I started being leveraged. I became the story. I became the message. And people started leveraging me, okay? And my belief level was high enough. Doesn't matter where your rank is at, how much money you're making. It's where you're going, what's happening, whether your momentum's going up or your momentum's going down. Okay, mine was going up. Okay, so people bought into me, and the business started to grow. I hit gold 2 months later, and I was still sharing my story. Okay, but then what happened, which I think happens to a lot of people, and the pivotal point there in my momentum was I hit gold, and I went from, I believe, 6 cycles to 14 cycles, and then the next month I went from 14 to 8. And again, it's a business function. It's part of the process. It's people not reordering. It's a business function. But what happened was my results went down. Okay, so naturally it's subconscious. It's not something you can notice. Your belief level goes down. And that doesn't mean I start doubting this business, which some people do. I knew what I was doing, and I was confident in what I was doing. I still had a belief level to a point where I could get people enrolled. Okay, because I know that this thing is for a lot of people. I know this thing is a powerful opportunity and something that everyone should check out. Something that's going to get really, really big. And I was confident that I had no doubt in my mind where I was going long term and the results I was going to see. But at that moment, my belief level was only high enough to get people enrolled. Okay, it wasn't high enough where they immediately couldn't help but share this concept with every single one of their friends. Okay, no one told me to make a list. No one told me to start inviting. My event, I called my friends. At the event that I enrolled on the spot, and before I even enrolled, I was so hyped up, I started calling my friends. My belief level was up. So when I was sharing my story at Gold and getting people enrolled, I was doing just that, just getting people enrolled. So it looked like my business was growing. People were coming in, but there was no launch. It was just still stagnant. People were coming in the front door, people going out the back door. It was still stuck in the same position. So I think, and I've noticed that with a lot of people in my business and all across my business. So really what came out of this, and the tip that came out of this, and this is the point that I'm going to get across here. I just kind of had to give that so you can understand it, is when you're down, when you're quote unquote down, leverage someone who's up. When your results are low, okay, when you're feeling, you might feel down, you might not even feel down. When your cycles drop, when your results go down, your belief level goes down. So when you're down, leverage someone who's up. Leverage someone who's on an uphill momentum. Okay, and that's something that we do sometimes subconsciously, naturally, and we watch a business grow, but haven't really sat down and noticed how powerful that can be. It's something that I'm implementing, now. And let me know what you guys think about it, because obviously I can break this concept down, I can get people enrolled, but it's not about getting people enrolled, it's about getting people launched, getting people started where they share the concept with their friend, and then when their results go up, my results go up, and when my results go up, my belief level goes up. My belief level goes up, everybody's results go up even more. Okay, so if I sit down with somebody, one of my friends, or even someone, indirectly, and I sit down, I'm going to share my story. If my results are low, okay, I'm going to share my story. I'm confident. I'm 18 years old. I'm sustained by this company. I'm traveling all across the country, soon to be, the world in a couple months. And I know what I'm doing. I'm seeing really good results. I've shared this product, and I've shared this concept. I've broken this thing down to over, multiple thousands of people. Obviously, I can break it down to you, okay? But the thing is, I have my brother, my buddy, my friend Connor. Okay, he's been doing this thing a lot longer than I have. Okay, he's seeing more results than I am. He's 21 years old, a ring called Platinum, making about $2,000 to $3,000 a month, driving around a company paid Mercedes-Benz, which is crazy. But the reason why I'm gonna have him talk to you is not because of where he's at right now, but because what he's doing this month. Because in business, timing is about everything. I think he's figured something out right now where his results are going up. He's on track to hit a rank called Executive this month, which is associated with about $60,000 to $70,000 a year in residual income. Okay, so I'm going to have him kind of share his story and break this concept down to you, even though I could do it, because I think he's figured something out right now where he's seeing results. And I don't even know what it is yet. So I'm going to share it with him. I'm going to have him kind of share this thing with you, and we can kind of work on it together. Okay, I think that's a powerful process where take the pressure off yourself again. I had to kind of kill my ego a bit and realize that I still needed help. Realize that, if you're down, figure it out. Leverage, get results. When you get results, your belief level is going to go back up. So I took a step back and looked at my situation, realized I needed to take the pressure off myself again, just like square one, went back to the basics, leverage someone, not just making money, but on an uphill momentum. Cycles going up past couple months. And I think that's such a powerful thing. And we're seeing a lot of results because of it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. And definitely let me know what you think and if this is something that you're going to start implementing in your business.